Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Against the Storm with a brand new map. This is all that remains after the storm cycle. It turns out they're fairly serious. And we are headed in the general direction of this lead seal over here via a great big levitating monument. The power of a nearby monument makes everything feel lighter. You can move most buildings in your settlement. That's already true of all the buildings that I want to move most of the time. This is going to give us 5 artifacts if we manage to run a settlement here. So that's pretty exciting. We could use those things. We are going to turn it up to veteran and engage the blight rot and corruption mechanics. This is where I started having trouble last time, but we're gonna get there. It's gonna be good. So, what do we want to bring with us? I do like just more people. We have one more point to work with here. Like more people and some stone and some kind of food. I feel like roots are more versatile. You use them for more things. And then like the start that brings 8 people instead of 6, right? It's been a little while, I feel like, since we've had beavers on hand, and they are awfully useful. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm comfortable going for this. So we can move most buildings. Gathering speed is increased for every 2 workers assigned to gathering camps. And the giant resource nodes can be found in forbidden glades. Okay, yeah. So we want to open up a forbidden glade relatively quickly so that we, know to look for a certain kind of upgraded building. The forbidden glades usually aren't like that scary. As far as bad stuff goes, well, as far as forest mysteries go, buildings that use fertile soil produce 50% more goods during drizzle. Okay. Crops planted during drizzle will yield 50% more when collected during clearance. The travel cost of trade routes increases by 2 during the storm. Travel cost. What is I don't even know what the travel cost is. It referring to the number of packs? I mean, you could just not run your trade routes during the storm, right? -2 resolve, stacking, but only for the unhoused. We're pretty good about making sure everybody's housed. Okay, devastation. The storm in this region is extremely violent. Once this effect is activated, that's hostility 3, so that's pretty deep. You'll have to pay 1 pack of building materials multiplied by the number of years. If you don't, 3 buildings in your settlement will become ruins. That is actually very bad. That sucks a lot. And the rain is charged. Everything grows and blooms under this heavy rainfall, even if it shouldn't, which will kill you, apparently. Villagers have a plus 5% chance of perishing every 15 seconds unless they have complex food and at least 1 service need met. We have not been so good about meeting people's service needs so far. I mean, this is 5 hostility. We're hoping to finish the scenario before we get anywhere near 5 hostility. Alright, so let's talk about blight rot and corruption. Blight rot is a dangerous parasite that can infect buildings in your settlement. The most common source of blight rot is Rainpunk technology, a side effect of using rain engines in your production buildings. And there are a lot of benefits to doing so. However, you may also encounter blight rot in the wild in glades events or forest mysteries. Blight rot accumulates gradually over time, and when it reaches a certain threshold, blight rot cysts, these flowery type growths, start to appear on your buildings. Each building can have up to 3 such cysts. Once this limit has been reached, the blight rot will start spreading to nearby buildings. At first, the blight rot cysts are dormant, but during the storm, they awaken and begin corrupting your hearth. Once the progress bar reaches the end, a negative effect will trigger, killing a number of your villagers. So, the more blight rot cysts we have, the faster the corruption bar goes up during the storm, and should the corruption bar fill, a bunch of our people will die. Obviously not great. To combat the spread of blight rot, you need to build blight posts and create a resource called Purging Fire. And this is not terribly expensive to make, but it does, it consumes wood. And obviously, there are a lot of times when we're running pretty light on wood, even with multiple woodcutter camps up, just because you go through a lot of wood in the process of building a settlement. Blightrot cysts are invulnerable during most of the year, so the people who want to burn them down can only do so during the storm. Removing a cyst will not only slow down the corruption process, but will also remove some of the accumulated corruption. And we can reinforce the hearth by leveling it up, which is part of the reason that I want to make sure we can level it up enough, you know? Okay, so let's take a quick look around. Where are the dangerous glades? So there's one this way, one that way. Okay, my inclination is to dig up through here and then like open this and maybe make this a secondary anchor room should we need one, because it's next to a whole bunch of little glades that we can expand out into, but also it's next to a forbidden glade, which can be real good news for us. So the trees here are going to be giving mushrooms, right? Yeah, to some degree. That's very handy. All right, so what are our need overlaps? No humans this time. So we have overlap on jerky. Pickled goods. Lizards and beavers both like pickled goods. Coats and boots. Education. Education is a service need that overlaps. So let's keep an eye out for the service buildings that give education. We don't have any overlap on flour-based goods here, so I do like the idea of having plantations as our farm. I don't think we're gonna do any baking this time around. Now this is interesting. Large forager camp versus large herbalist camp. Like, I almost want to just hold off on making this choice until we've opened up the first big glade. Maybe we go for that pretty quickly. Because we certainly have enough things to do early on, right? We're not going to be having a lot of people like sitting idle or anything. All right, give me access to this glade. Yeah, cut me a nice wide gap. And let's start producing housing. So we have beaver and lizard housing available. Obviously, stuff is made of advanced resources. The beaver housing is just planks. We could probably get that going. Although it is worth noting that we don't, like, beavers are the ones we would need the most houses for. But if we did set up fancy housing for the beavers, we'd only need 2 normal shelters. There's a lot of wood. All right. Let's get a crude workstation. Let's get... Is there another... Yeah, okay. There's some small glades down here that we can have another woodcutter station on. And I do think we want to be running 2 woodcutters camps. It very often turns out to be correct. All right, got a lot of mushrooms. Let's get an herbalist camp up. Okay. Woodcutters camps are the highest priority. We'll just go ahead and assign beavers to all of that immediately. Our one harpy can do this. Get some herbalism stuff going. And then we can put, we can just put one person on like full-time plank work for a while. And we're already, like, desperate for more bodies, right? Okay, resources you burn, sacrificing the ancient hearth, burn longer for every impatience point you have. Not very exciting early on. And more stone from stone. I mean, like, who knows if that'll even be useful, but if it is, it'll be good. You know, it's a nice thing to have. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. I had really intended to go the other way, but treasure stag. We got ourselves some mushrooms, some water strider molt. Ooh, the black treasure stag is the one that gives the what do you call it? The cornerstones too. I do want them to cut down a few more trees before we move on to this, but we will be moving on to that pretty quickly. Oh, sick, an encampment. Absolutely overjoyed to see an encampment. Actually, let me put 2 people on that. Let's get that done as quickly as possible. And our first orders are coming in. Have 2 woodcutters camps and deliver 30 wood, or deliver 35 wood. These are extremely similar. We already have 2 woodcutters camps, so this one just gives us a little bit of resin. I mean, they seem fine. Have lizard houses and harpy houses. It's a good idea. I would like to do that. This one's easier to do. It doesn't require us to get to take a bunch of blueprints, and also it gives tools. It's kind of a no-brainer, even though the other one did have some population on it. And here we have discover 2 glades, potentially rebuild a building, or trade routes and a small amount of delivery. I'm gonna hold off on making this choice. If we open up a glade that has a building in it to recover, obviously that'll make things a lot easier. Alright, time has come to reposition you. Alright. Get us through to there. You have 3 minutes left. I don't think that should be a big problem. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We'll just do the same sort of like brick of housing in front of the, what do you call it? And then, yeah, I'm going to put up 2 shelters. And we're going to try to make this beaver housing thing work, because pushing, I mean, we've seen the results of pushing resolve really hard as quickly as you can. In the situations where you can actually make it work, it's like, it is gold. Right now, we don't have any extra hands, so none of that stuff's going to get built until Welcome New People finishes. But we're working on it. Don't need this notification anymore. Oh, I didn't expect they were going to have to walk around the mushrooms like that. I can ease this slightly by moving the camp back. Alright, when that tree comes down, I don't know if that'll count. No, they have to get this one before we're in the clearing. Okay. Ah, bloodflower. Well, I mean, bloodflower is kind of a good thing, right? Yeah, legendary cornerstone, empathy event. Okay, impatient grows slower if you're finishing your trade routes. Gives us good reason to run some trade routes. So, we just need to burn this, like, fast. Okay, that's finished, so let's just assign 2 people to this, get it done. We get some training gear and 1 ancient tablet, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, just go get it done as quickly as possible. I do not want to deal with this thing. And sorry, I didn't really even look. There's no buildings here. Yeah, there was the treasure stag. There's a big field of wheat. There's some eggs. This is kind of a bust as far as a large clearing goes. It's sort of just crummy all around. I mean, this will be nice eventually. We'll turn this into some stuff. I think I'm not going to deliver wood just yet. Three minutes. It's gonna take basically that whole time. Yeah, all right. We're gonna take somebody off of wood cutting. I need a pair of hands to just be doing building work. But I definitely want to have food income solid while the blood flower is eating our food. And this still doesn't really give us a reason to make a decision on this blueprint yet. We will survive this first storm without everybody being housed. It's not a big deal if that's the way that goes down. But for right now, I don't really want to... I mean, I guess food's holding... There's only a minute left. We can probably kick one person off of this to help build now. I don't think we're going to run out. But I was really hoping to find more, like, actual food sources in that clearing, and that is not what happened. Well, these are stone deposits that I just, like, fully missed. So we will want there to be a stonecutter camp. I just want to make sure, yeah, we can tuck it in right there. I just want to make sure I'm leaving room for it. It's very important to me that the door be on the right side of the building, even though it does not matter to the game at all. That's actually not quite enough housing. There we go. This would cover everybody. But it's a lot to make boards for. Oh. I was not expecting them to crack into another Wow, caught me by surprise. And it's another blood flower. And the only large veins over here are ponds. And I guess those are meaningful, but we're not being given a choice of ponds anyway. Yeah, I was not expecting them to crack through to this. Fertilizer's cool, I guess. If we can find some places to actually... Yeah, things are getting a little weird. I was really not expecting that. I should have been managing with a little bit more precision. Alright, so we're going to, once again, do a temporary favor on the harpies once the bar gets close to somebody leaving. For right now, we think we just want to kind of hold. Once the two lizards finish that, I'll put them on the other blood flower. Alright, pop the value back to positive. There we go. And then once the lizards get close to losing, somebody will unfavor. It's fine. It's going to be fine, is what I mean. Okay. Yeah, that first one was a little weird. Every villager with their need for education fulfilled increases global production speed by 5%. We are actually planning on getting to education. This is a thing we would like to do, so I'm going to take that work safety guide. That seems all right. All right, let's get some lizards on clearing another one of these. Bring in some newcomers. How much do I value a single tool? I guess these are both like such small amounts of resources that they probably don't matter. We'll do this. We'll build one more shelter. That'll be good. Let me move this thing. Let's prioritize opening up the gaps here. Just making this all sort of one big space, honestly. You know what? Actually, y'all come up here and for real, just make this all one big space. Okay. That'll be something good and harmless for them to focus on while I deal with the other blood flower and actually get all the housing lined up and all of that. And then I'm going to move this over to here for the moment. And this is going to become another shelter. Okay. So we got a couple of good reasons to build more buildings. We're certainly going to want to work on these stone deposits. We're going to want a trapper's camp. Yeah, we're just going to be low on food for a while. Alright, so how many spare people do we have? A couple. The answer is like a few. Let's go ahead and put some lizards to work. Is this a... Okay, that is a proficiency bonus. That's handy. And new orders come along. We do have to make this decision at this point. I'm gonna choose to believe we will find a ruin because I want the 6 tools. Build a blight post and stockpile 30 purging fire. That's actually pretty nice. Get the lizards. Get to 8 lizards is very doable. This would give us access to the butcher for free. Honestly, I think we can do this. I think we can pull this one off. And finally, any complex food need and also deliver 20 oil to increase global food production speed by 20%. That feels like a winner. There is money and villagers attached to this one, but I think we can make the feast happen. Honestly, the trickiest part is going to be getting the oil. Okay, so after this, let's turn on builds for all of this stuff. Yeah, use any supplies you can. Feel free to make bricks out of stone. We have plenty of stone. Alright, that should be the last bit of housing fulfilled. Okay, the blood flower is clear. We have more food gathering going on than ever before. Let's let the people finish moving the resources out of the blood flower, and then we can go try to open up some more glades up north here. Oh, I need a trading post, like, pretty badly. That's a building we should not wait any longer on, probably. I think we can just tuck that away, like, over here, right? Yeah, outside, not using hearth space. Doesn't need to be close to the warehouse or anything. Alright, right, and this is a deliver 10 amber. Yes, we just need to end up with 10 amber. And it would be good for us to be running packs this game. We wanna make provision packs so that we can be running trade routes, so that we can be taking advantage of the lower rate of impatience gain, because it is going to be higher right now than we're used to due to the difficulty level change. All right, so what do I have that I can trade for 5 parts? I mean, we probably have more wildfire essence than we need. It'll only take 2 to start another hearth. So that's 5 right there, and then I'm reluctant to trade food or fuel. So some of this leather, I guess? Alright, let's turn that in. Get ourselves a burst of food that only one of our species really likes. And also some other more useful stuff. Okay, and I do want to have some planks on hand, so we are going to keep building planks. All right, let's talk about breaking in here. I guess these ones aren't really important. You don't need to be doing that. Okay, we do need to establish some decorations as well, and our wood supplies should be a little bit less grim right now. I'm just gonna do a very boring thing here and like stack some barrels across the back here. I'm not building for aesthetics at this moment. Okay, y'all have run out of stuff to do. You know, we can just pull them for right now. Alright, so that's got us a little bit more resolve. Yeah, we should do much better during this storm. Harpy resolve is still a little bit low. We got to get some jerky or something going on here. And unfortunately, favoring them is going to cause the lizards to dip below 0, so it's gonna be a little bit awkward. I think we're gonna hold off on this until after winter ends, or after the storm season ends. But it's good that we're getting that back, getting back into that area. Okay, a ruin. Fantastic. It's a bakery, which I don't really care about. Here's our dangerous glade event. So we can loot it. We'll lose 5 global resolve and get some resources that are like only okay. Or we can send it back to the Citadel and get some of that good old Queen's Grace, which we do have strong feelings about. Let me move this over some, because I think we're going to build a makeshift post right here. And start producing provisions packs. I wanna send this back. We don't have the 10 amber either, but a trader will show up in. Oof, that's a long time. Oh, I got distracted and yeah, shoot. We lost a harpy. Okay, well that's not great. Do we just want to loot it instead then, maybe? And this is a lot of resources. I mean, I guess I could just, for 10 amber, I could just refuse a blueprint, right? I don't love that. Well, in any case, let's not make the decision right now. But that was clumsy. I could absolutely have juggled our favor in a way that would have made the harpy stay around. Ooh, or maybe we can get our packs of provisions for free. An odd talisman made from the talons of a phoenix. Gain 2 wildfire essence for every 2 completed dangerous or forbidden glade events. So the reward for this is actually pretty minor. I am going to take peasant supplies. I think peasant supplies is very good, especially considering that we're about to gain a bunch of people. All right, I'm going to do this, perhaps unwisely. And then we're going to get an offer of newcomers, and we're going to take it. Okay. Yeah, this one, I think, probably. And now we need to make some shelters. It is a little unfortunate that I can't just, like, complete a block over here. Just move this like up the road a tiny piece here. All right, get everybody housed, get everybody covered. Sorry, what large nodes did we find around here? We found a trapper's nest large node. So actually nothing that would require either of the choices that we get here. Oh, you can't, right, it's only cornerstones. You can dismiss for 10 amber, shoot. Well, that's fine. We can make trade routes happen and we can get our 10 amber that way. So I don't think we actually want the farm. I don't think we want the distillery. So maybe we're just gonna guess? Yeah, it's just sort of a blind guess there. We are going to want a source of scrolls. I don't necessarily... Like, the rain mill's not great for that. We're going to get a butcher for free. And I don't know that we need either of these. I might actually take our free reroll now. Okay. The guild house gives us access to education. And also, +1 global resolve every time you sell enough goods. Which is interesting at the very least. A large fishing hut, though, would allow us to take advantage of... We do actually have some... Yeah, we do have a place to use this already. I think that's probably the play. And then... These are all kind of whatever. I might hold off on these until I can re-roll them. We got another large... Yeah. Okay. The fishing hut, I'm convinced, was correct. So we'll put down a fishing hut over here. That's just not even the right button. Okay. We do, in theory, have the people for... We have a ton of buildings right now. So at the moment, we have 21 packs of provisions. We just have to get 10 amber somehow. Let's talk about trade routes. Right now, we have 3 amber worth of leather. We could hold off for a minute and try to get a little bit more value out of this, but honestly, I'm just going to send it. It's a start. Alright, nobody here is particularly good at fishing. Is this... I guess the question is, like, is this building the place that we most want to be assigning people to? Yeah, I guess at the moment we don't have a ton of pressure. Not a huge number of other things to be pressing people on. Dismantling the building is Sufficient, right? Rebuilt or salvaged. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we don't really need biscuits or pie. I don't want to have the ingredients even for biscuits or pie, so I think I'm just going to tear this down. That'll get us coverage on that. We need to open up one more glade, but we're working on it. Yeah, and we just need a little bit more amber. We need more trade route offers to come in. The fire is going out because we're so bad at staying stocked on combustibles. This is very bad. The problem is we don't really have like a source of sea marrow or anything. We're entirely on this stuff. We can be working it a little bit faster, but honestly not that much. Can speed things up a little bit with a road. But yeah, it's a little surprising, to be honestly, that we are this low on wood all of the time. We don't even have anybody producing planks anymore. Okay. What else? I guess prioritize this stuff will really open this up. It's a shame salvaging this building isn't going to let us use its wood for the fire, you know? Seems a little bit illogical. Okay, people are running wood back to the stockpile. We are trying very hard. Okay, they're shoveling it in as fast as it will go. I wasn't really expecting this to be the issue. The only other trade route being offered is for roots, which we just don't even have a way of gathering roots in our current situation, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. Alright, what else? What else? Do 2 loyalty decisions to get 20 random goods every time a villager dies, which you really hope is not even going to happen. Packs are produced 33% faster, plus some very unexciting rewards. I mean, like, loyalty decisions on events are really easy, because anything that earns you reputation is loyalty tagged. Deliver 2 ancient tablets and open up some glades to get 20 pottery every time you discover a new glade. I mean, that's pretty cool. We're way more likely to be able to pull this one off. The rewards over here are better, I think, but we're much more likely to just bumble into a bunch of copper ore. And yeah, I guess like I'm pulling our wood supply in a bunch of different directions simultaneously, but at the same time, it feels like we really ought to be able to handle that with 2 full woodcutting crews of the species that is especially good at chopping wood. It's weird to me that we're having so much trouble. Alright, so that's ongoing. And the herbalist. Okay, so we want to push through into this forbidden glade here at this point, I think. Wood supply is recovering a little bit now. All right. Can they reach the trees that I have? Yeah, okay. Those trees are fine. Unfortunately, this is going to be another storm that's not great for our morale because we're not meeting enough needs still. But once we get this open, we'll have some more information. We can make some more choices here. Okay, everybody's resolve is terrible. No big surprise there. Gosh, the harpies resolve really, like, it really is tanking. About 1 billion points, though. It'll take some time for the lizards to fall all the way from 10 to 0, so I'm not too worried about actually losing them. We may as well... Well, yeah, we may as well turn this on now. Actually, that might not fix it fast enough. It got really negative. Yeah, it's not going to. That's annoying. In fact, it's not fixing it at all. It got so negative that we're still, even with +5, we're still negative. Jeez. We gotta learn how to make harpy homes. Okay, so I need 10 amber in a real hurry here, friend. You must, sorry. 7 amber is what I need from you. But in a real hurry, friend. So how are we going to get that? I mean, we have a lot of parts. Honestly, I think we can just make it up with parts. All right, what if you also gave me some jerky? 3 units of jerky. 2 apparently units of jerky. All right. So that will let me run this option, which is going to be too slow. But we're gonna deal with it. It's gonna be fine. The threat happens. I'm not sure if this is permanent. I guess we're gonna see what happens here. I don't usually have to wait so long. Okay, so secure perimeter, we remember from last time. Opening up forbidden glade events reduces hostility gained from other glades. This, discovering a small glade, increases the working speed of scouts investigating the harder glade events by 50%. That still wouldn't be enough to get us under the completion time here, because keep in mind, this timer can't start running until we've run all these goods over to the thing. And so I am going to take secure perimeter because we are about to be exposed to a forbidden glade event. Yeah, we still need to run back and grab the provision packs, so it's going to be a second on that. Okay. We have discovered a giant proto-fungus. We guessed correctly with the herbalist camp. In addition, we have finished Lost in the Woods. Alright, we have a destroyed Rainpunk foundry. An old abandoned piece of Rainpunk tech. It will destroy everything within an 18-field radius in 13 minutes if we don't fix it. So we could just salvage it, tear it apart. If we fix it, though, it can produce parts and wildfire essence, which is very unusual. I don't know that I think this is, like, useful, though. And all of these goods totally would be. The corrupting power of the rain is seeping through your Rainpunk machinery. Every 100 seconds, a blood flower will appear. Jesus. That's really crummy. But we can put 3 people on it. Get the time down to 3:30. Alright, I'm not going to do that right this second. Because we are going to wait a minute. Coats and food, or like... Yeah, probably coats and food, right? So we are going to have to build a beaver house. Yeah, I guess it's right here. We have the planks on hand already to do this. And we have 14 total, so we're getting another shelter as well. No, actually I have 5 shelters. Sorry. We have 14 total non-beaver residents, so... Yeah, the problem is we have beavers living in the normal shelters. Because actually what we should have is one more. Commit someone to plank making. What I'd really like to do is wait until we're done with this so that we have the extra hands to run this other thing, because we need to be able to make the blood flowers go away on top of everything else. But I am concerned that we may just not be able to do that. So, all right. It turns out we don't really need any particular upgrades here. What do we want? We don't currently have a jerky recipe, although we do. We have a butcher that we're going to fulfill the recipe for. I guess it would be good to have a way of making training gear. That's the thing lizards care about. And then... yeah, an artisan to make our scrolls for us. And then I might wanna just re-roll here, actually. I might wanna hold off a second. Make a re-roll happen, because... ooh, that's not ideal. Yeah, we might want to hold off and make a reroll happen, though, because at this point we're looking for that building, right? We're looking for the building that lets us deal with the education need. Pond's in kind of an awkward place. But also, we definitely can't afford to wait too long on this because of the obvious... huge problem. I guess we have 6 people free right now. Yeah, let's do it. Let's commit to it. This is gonna be such a pain. Alright, where are we at on planks anyway? None. Okay, so it'll be a second before that beaver home is built. We have enough housing for everyone. We just don't actually have special housing for 100% of the beavers right now. But in any case, they'll survive the storm. Okay, they got on that real quick. Does it say where the blood flowers will appear? Near the foundry, okay. Alright, just make sure we get somebody on it right away. You know, the one thing that is nice about this is the blood flowers do give significant rewards. And we have a lot more food in the supply than we did before, so it should, in theory, not be so devastating. Great news for my herbalist camp. You can work over here now. On this monstrosity. I am definitely going to want to create a small warehouse in this area. Where do we want to put that exactly? Because, like, I would like it to be able to gather stuff from... Yeah, I mean, this isn't too much of a walk. Do we have anything to make fabric out of? We kind of don't, right? Yeah, well, I guess we're pulling algae in from the pools. And we have nothing else to do with the algae, so that's all it'll ever be. But okay, we're working on all of this stuff. Alright, a couple extra hands freed up there, just as the next blood flower is about to spawn, I believe. Our woodcutter's camp actually finished the thing I was told it to do. Yeah. I guess, like, you know, we could find more nodes and stuff up here. Okay. Wait, no, not that. What am I talking about? That's not the one. I was like, remember how there were glades up here and it was going to be all like cool. We were going to dig into them. I had to remember which glades, because it matters a lot, actually. Okay, this trapper's camp has plenty of stuff to relocate onto. Alright, they're gonna need some kind of path up here. Okay. For the moment, nothing matters quite as much as keeping these blood flowers under control. This has got my attention very, pretty much exclusively. That should be the last one we see, right? Yeah, because it was every 100 seconds. So, yeah, that's great news. Gonna get some of this shit. We have orders. Was I waiting on something here? Build 20 harmony decorations, deliver 10 tools. I don't love deliver 10 tools, but I do like the reward here. Especially a bonus to pickled goods production, because we do benefit. Yeah. I mean, all we're ever doing is turning tools into reputation, right? That's their whole purpose. Okay, so that's going to cover that. Do we want to set up a second hearth? It's like, we absolutely can. We have plenty of space up here to build housing. And it would mean we could have, you know, some people who just like live and work up in this area. But I guess right now, everybody's going to have to be running back down here for housing, like to visit their housing, to take rests and stuff anyway. I think I'm not going to bother. Not yet. But I do want this in place so that, like, people running back and forth from the Mega Mushroom don't have to run all the way back to town every single time. Okay, blood flowers have done their filthy jobs, but we're gonna survive. We're gonna be all right. We gotta start getting complex food needs met. Like, it's pretty important. And in fact, yeah, there's nothing we can do about the harpies. Their resolve is getting so bad. Alright, well, we are going to lose a harpy. Probably just the one. All of this stuff is handled, which is good. We're going to be running back a lot of free resources, including an ancient tablet, a lot of sea marrow and stuff. Let me, don't burn oil. Don't burn oil. Because I want to save, we want to have some oil for feast, obviously. Wow, all the way to -10, huh? That feels like a very significant... Why also sad? A plant fiber delivery line will at least give us something to make fabric out of. Seems like something we're struggling with at the moment. Yeah, on the whole, this is going badly, is what I would say. We're having a real rough time with this one. Okay, let's start getting needs met. So we are going to need the lizard resolve thing is the thing that's locking access to the butcher, right? Yeah, I mean, we could get this built. Coats are good, but the ink for the scrolls is also important. Being asked to run... Wow, okay. Water skins and paste. Neither of which are things that we actually have access to at all. So we're not generating a lot of amber or impatience reduction through our trading post, which really sucks. Okay, this stuff is all out of the way. Do we want newcomers right now? I'm actually not sure. I'm going to say no. Okay. We could probably go ahead and assign another person to this stuff. Turn some algae into fabric. I don't know if it's even worth building the weaver. Okay. Algae, wheat, coal, not really the kind of stuff we're looking for. What do we get from the loyalty decisions thing? People, 20 random goods every time a villager dies. Villagers leaving is not villagers dying, by the way. Yeah, we're working toward this, obviously. We're cutting through glades. But we should probably go ahead and... Wow, 16 tools. That's more than I was expecting that... Those aren't usually that expensive. It's definitely more than I was expecting that to be. And this is the same thing. So we got a couple of points of reputation just kind of sitting here. If we can find enough tools to run them. Okay, we got a trader in 27 seconds. That'll give us enough amber to go for a reroll and try to like find something a little juicier here. How is Lizard Resolve so bad? Alright, a lot of hungry lizards. I mean, we have food. Not a lot of food, but we have some food. Fuel consumption in hearths is down. Biscuits can be produced in the kiln and rain mill in a very efficient way. Ooh. 4 plant fiber for every 12 vegetables. I actually don't think this is very good though, right? We're not producing vegetables. Yeah. So that's like, it's cool in theory, but it doesn't actually help us right now. Let's definitely try to get maybe all of your tools. Wait, I have 25 amber on me? Since when? Since when? Treatment is not the need we're looking for. Brawling is certainly not the need. Yeah, Guildhouse. Now we pick Guildhouse. And then we make Guildhouse. What does that cost? A lot. It costs a lot. Well, we're doing just fine on wood now. And then from you, I think we are trying to pick up just like food at this point. Planks are actually cheaper to buy than food, which is kind of weird. We have a little bit of resin that we can use for making coats. We want tools for sure. At least 3 tools. At least enough to pick up one of those deposits. Earn some more reputation. Thrust this back downward. And then probably it's a little bit of food, right? Just to like help tamp things down. So we have packs of provisions. These are valuable. There's no sense in holding on to amber. Let's go ahead and pay with amber. I'm going to put all of my packs on. Like if we have a trade route we can run, we can just take in more villagers and they'll show up with packs. We also can produce our own packs. We also have a ton of stone. So you know what? Maybe I am taking all of this stuff. We have a huge amount of stone. We can put like 200 stone on the table very comfortably. And buy a hell of a lot of planks. We're gonna be fine on planks. We should just buy food, straight food. It's not a very efficient thing to do, but it does keep our villagers from freaking out and running away. Okay. Let's get somebody working on this. And I suppose like break open is very available on these. Do I like the break open on this one or this one more? And this one's definitely compelling. If we were going to break one of them open, it would be that one. So yeah, this is a send to the Citadel without question. That's going to get us a loyalty decisions thing as well as the reputation from actually completing it. The lizards are not starving anymore. We have a ton of food. The ones who think they're starving should go try to eat. I don't know what to tell them. Okay, that's coal up there. So yeah, we actually just are out of stone to mine. We still have 100 stacked up, so I'm not too worried about this. I think what this is doing right now is just freeing people up. And we're gonna build another gathering station of some kind, I think. I guess maybe it's more fishing? Because we have a number of active fishing ponds. We can't build a big trapper station. How much do we have left in terms of parts? Oh, that's not a ton. We can't really afford to be frivolous with this. I think I'm going to hold off until we generate our next reputation point in the hopes that we will we'll be able to just gather with the trapper's camp. So with 7 spare people, I mean, obviously we're going to be doing some work with these things. Y'all should probably have like a road though, huh? Okay. This tree is like, whatever. We'll just build around it. I was going to come down here and cut it down and make it all like very clean right angles, but it's fine. So I guess, like, here's the question. Do I want to just break this open with, like, training gear, probably not even use the stone, for jerky, which will actually make us pretty happy, for scrolls, which will give us a little bit of a kickstart on our education stuff, light timber, which is actually a really nice perk, and some extra wildfire essence? I kind of think so. Maybe I'm going to end up regretting this. Maybe I'm going to feel really desperate for sources of reputation later. But I think that's a good idea. This will get us some parts and some people. So if we want to keep all of our beavers specially housed, we want to build another beaver house. And then at this point, I think we can start doing special lizard housing as well and leave just the harpies in the shelters. Yeah, let's do a little bit of that. So it would take 6 lizard houses altogether. It would be cool if we could get it. Y'all working? Yeah, you're working. Okay, over here we can produce scrolls and coats. Coats are relevant to a couple of our factions, but also we don't necessarily have a ton of the resources for them, right? We have some resin. I don't even know where those dyes came from. I guess we can put like a harpy on this. We have a supply of coats that we're running through right now. Once we have lizard housing covered, if we can get to the resources for that, we can actually get the lizard population thing finished probably. That plus just like having some jerky should just about do it, I would think. Okay. Leech brood mothers. Where's that? We have a trapper camp. Well, okay, the trapper camp is still working, so that's fine. Copper bars are not currently something we can produce. Oh, we don't have a recipe for pickled goods right now. A cellar would be, I think, very good for us indeed, actually. And then what else do we need? I don't know that any of these are striking me as, like, critically important. What I would really prefer is an advanced gathering building. I don't know. We're going to hold off on making that decision for a second. And I'm going to pull this woodcutter's camp over to here, where it can get us into these 2 areas. All right, just working on trailblazing here. I don't think I want to favor anybody right as we're going into the storm. Let's see how things work out. But for the moment, our approval levels are looking a lot better. Do we want to rebuild this? It's probably worth rebuilding. What we get from salvaging it is not very good, but we'll hold off on that until after we get some more housing built here. As does mean we could probably take on, the fact that we now have a bunch of lizard houses means we could probably take on just kind of like any amount of newcomers with no downsides. This is some fabric. One thing I wish they would tell you, in addition to how many people you have unhoused, is how much housing you have unpeopled. Because I don't know off the top of my head what that differential is, and I don't know if there's a place in the UI where it is made obvious. I guess I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take these folks on. Because, yeah, we should have definitely more than enough housing, and we shouldn't see a need for... Oh, right. Oh, shit, it's about this time. Okay, packs of building materials. So we can make these. Unfortunately, they're very expensive. Yeah. They're very expensive. Our next trader doesn't show up until after the storm no matter what, even if we wanted to rush it. Yeah, I didn't realize we'd crossed the threshold. Shit. Well, okay, so with packs of building materials requiring just incredibly huge amounts of refined resources at a moment when we don't have any of these resources in the stock. I mean, it is 2 packs of building materials per thing paid. I'm gonna re-roll this. I was kind of hoping that we were going to see a building that can produce those building packs more efficiently. But I think we're just going to take a thing that can offer us training gear in case we need training gear. Or like the tavern, if you just put 3 people in the tavern, you get +3 approval. Even if you don't need the luxuries it gives, that's pretty good. That's a thing we will want to be working on eventually. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna throw 2 people in here and I'm gonna be like, do your fucking level best. Turn all this stuff on. Geez. Yeah, work until you have... This is bad, though. This is bad. Discover 3 dangerous or forbidden glades. Complete 2 glade events. Okay, so roads made out of stone. What does it cost to pave with stone? We have enough to actually do that. To make 50 stone roads. And the reward for this is actually very, very good. So we're going to take that. And then... Oh my god, these are brutal. 25 packs of trade goods. I guess this is a little better. They're both really harsh. Yeah, part of what's going on here, part of why this has been so much worse for us than a lot of our previous runs is just that we are having absolute nightmare orders come down. So I'm going to pave up the path between the two warehouses. I think at the very least. Is that 50? I don't know. Let's let it get built and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, Resolve's looking real rough for everybody. In a way that's not particularly recoverable for anybody. We do have trade orders available. I don't really want to be selling stone at this moment. I mean, all that does is prioritize it within the building. Yeah, I guess I'm going to deactivate all these for the moment. Like, we have to get the building packs completed. Okay, that was, in fact, enough paved road. That's pretty rad. A harpy left, and we received 20 meat. Nobody asked any questions about where that meat came from. All right, feast is about to finish. Hold on, let's let that run. Okay. We have now enough tools for this as well. This is going to give us global food production up, a bunch of extra coal. And at this point, I think we can remove the restriction on this stuff. We have a fair amount of coal, right? Yeah. Let's prioritize burning this stuff. But I am going to put coal into sacrifice mode. We're going to try to drop the hostility level, which will help with the very high amounts of fear that everyone's experiencing. Yeah, I know. Upcoming payment. I'm working on it. I'm working on it so hard right now. The forest recedes as heavily guarded trade caravans pour into the settlement. Hostility is reduced by 15 points every time you sell goods worth 30 amber, but complex food needs grant less resolve. I think this is probably a... 15 points. 15 points is rough. Like, that's a pretty low hostility reduction, and we have to sell a lot of stuff to get there. But honestly, like, food production speed is just not the problem we're having. And as much as I am a little worried about the resolve, like, obviously you don't want to lose resolve from food, but losing resolve from hostility is not different. I'm going to go ahead and pick protected trade here. I think we've not taken that one before. So we have 2 packs of building materials completed. And we're getting close to resources for another transaction, but yeah, this is just... this is we're not making it. Fairly sure. So that's bad news. Let's make a harvester's camp. We could be harvesting these, and we're not, and that's fixable. We certainly have the bodies. Okay. Lizard resolve is trending high enough that if we favor lizards, we should be able to get lizard population complete. 2 trade good offers on the table here. You know what? This I am interested in running at as high of a level as we can run it. And completing a trade route will give us some respite from the Queen's hatred building forever. Alright, there's our 18 lizard resolve. We just need to hold it for a little while. Oh no, all of a sudden it's dropping very badly. What happened? Did we run out of a need? It was we were on it, and then it is gone. How long until we have to make this payment? 317. Okay. I think it's still doable. I might say prioritize fabric, actually. Because we have some fabric in the thing already. Like, we can make this happen. I think we can make this happen. Okay, food resources. It's all good. That's all good. And then we need to crack 2 more glades. Ugh, opening up glades is causing hostility, which is fucking up. That's why our resolve dropped. So we ate all of the coal. Sacrificing wood also gets the hostility level down. We do have a lot of wood. Can I get us back up to 18? We're gonna chill on the glade opening for a second here. Let's just move this to a place where it can't open up any new glades, because it was about to. Okay, hostility levels crashing. So is the wood supply, but that's fine. All right, we're working on more building materials. Maybe, you know, maybe we get there. Oh, come on. Just push it down. Alright, well, I'm gonna unfavor since we're not getting there. Okay, we did hit a threshold here. Let me take another recipe. More efficient plank production. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know that we need that all that badly. I do think we should rebuild this. Because I was really relying on lizard population to get finished, and I thought we were going to get there, and now I don't think that anymore. Okay, we're gonna have these resources. Send those home. Just make the fabric thing happen. Okay. So we have the resources. Oh, like we have the thing building. The last supply is constructing. So I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it. That's not. Oh, it might not be fast enough. It was really close. If it's not fast enough, I'm really frustrated by that. That we were right on the edge of it. Yeah. Okay. So here comes some. Well, the good news is it seems to have hit some relatively innocuous buildings. Get out of here. Get this shit out of here. Go ahead and build those. I mean, we'll use them for the next payment, right? Okay, and then you also get out of here. And we got to repair the buildings. Yeah, fortunately, it looks like we hit a bunch of pretty... Yeah, we hit a bunch of pretty cheap repairs. And then we can reactivate all this stuff. We were very, very, very close to making that. And in the end, not making it didn't end up costing us all that much. Okay. We can move this once it's rebuilt too, I think. We're definitely going to go ahead and rebuild this. And we're also going to make that tavern. I was holding off until we knew where we were at. Oh, I didn't actually press the button on this one. Did I press the button on the others? Yes. And yes. Okay. We've discovered a hermit. I thought I told you to stop opening up new camps, but that's fine. Gain insects for mushroom production. That's kind of whatever. Bonus fish, also kind of whatever. Yeah, I guess all there really is to buy from you is food. But we could buy fancy food. I don't hate that. We have people who will appreciate all of these things. And then also I can just buy like... just buy fancy building materials, stuff we need. Coal is, I guess, not entirely off the table. So I put all of my stuff. We can definitely sell him some of our provision packs. And part of what I'm doing here, right, is just getting us value for armed trade here. Yeah, what else do I want to sell? We don't have stone income anymore. We have a lot of algae. But also we are using the algae. We're not using this grain at all. And then got a lot of herbs. Yeah, let's make this like, some of this is herbs. I don't necessarily want to get rid of all of them. I'm going to have some stockpile. Some of this is herbs and then like a couple of provision packs just to wrap it up. And go one more herb. Okay. That's resources that should push people's resolve up and also keep us a little bit safe. Oh, hey, we finally found some fertile ground. This is literally the first time we've had a spot where we can build a farm. And we found some stone too. Rad. All right, I don't know how you managed to open this up, but I guess good job. Thought we dragged the woodcutter far enough away that this couldn't happen. I really wish I could dismiss... Okay, I can. There we go. So I can see exactly how much space he's taken up. It's fine. So just run this up here. Okay. Do we really want any of these buildings? We don't currently have a way of producing tea. If we pick up a way of producing tea, then we could potentially benefit from a building that gives luxury, which is something that the harpies enjoy at least. Yeah, like tea and wine, I think, are both like things that we might care about a little bit. Sure, let's go for that. All right, what do you have? You have tools. Tools are definitely worthwhile. Unfortunately, I think I just sold almost everything that has trade value, so we could probably make something happen for some tools, though. Probably not 70 value. We're maxed out on orders, right? So we know that she will never ask for tablets. So the tablets can go on the table. Those can get us something. We can trade probably quite a lot of provision packs. Not everything, but probably quite a lot. We could part with some of our parts, probably. Some of this crystallized dew. I haven't engaged with the Rainpunk systems at all. We've been very overwhelmed. Maybe get rid of all of it. We don't need water skins. Maybe that's all I'm comfortable trading off. We just take like half of the tools. We probably don't need, all of these. So yeah, what if we take like half of your tools off of you? We'll do that and throw in like a little bit of algae. You know how people love it when you just sweeten a deal by tossing some algae on the top? Okay. So, we have a thing here that we can absolutely send back home. We can open up one more glade. I guess at this point we may as well. Ooh, hostility went all the way down to level 2. I mean, it's going to come back, obviously. But we can, in fact, maybe make this happen now that we have all that extra food and stuff in. We just have to hold steady for 18 seconds. Come on, nothing crazy happened. Okay, yeah, let's cash that in. Some skewers, some bonus meat production, and the design for the butcher. After we have already reconstructed another butcher that we found elsewhere. It's fine. I might put this one over near this warehouse, actually, because, like, I guess our trapper's happening over here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put it over here, I think. Buy all of the food. We will staff it entirely with lizard folk. We don't really need to be producing oil right now. Jerky's great though. Skewers are not a double up. I'm gonna turn off skewer production entirely then. Jerky though. Jerky's good. This stuff we can uncheck. Everything's coming back. We're getting it. This gets moved up to here, which is a little awkward. But we're gonna need to build roads back here anyway, eventually. Actually, you know what would probably be a good idea is having one of the woodcutter camps. Ooh, this trapper's camp is actually also out of stuff. All of the remaining deposits are kind of inconvenient. Like, they're all pretty far away from the road. Yeah, I guess let's make it here for right now. And the woodcutters camps. One of them is busy doing important stuff. Opening up that last glade. The hell is my other woodcutter camp? I moved it somewhere innocuous so that it wouldn't, you know, wouldn't ruin everything, and I fucking lost it. Oh, it's right there. It's right next to the thing. Yeah, okay, let's move you over here. Like, it would actually probably be good if this got opened up. That's not so important. Okay, there we go. That'll give them some valuable stuff to do. We should unfavor. Oh, it didn't actually fix everything. Okay, so we're going to need to make a payment of 6. Let's get one person on this. Okay. Your plan is to run this one time with bricks. Because I thought we had made... Actually, is there... No. Because I thought we had made 6 before. We had run the recipe 3 times. Oh, no, actually, yeah, we're good. We're good now. Never mind. Never mind the thing I said. Don't do that. Take these resources home. Get the hell out of here. We're good. We're paid. Resolve is looking a little ugly in places. Partially because this is not finished yet. Please finish the tavern. We'll get the education needs fixed and whatever soon. All right, that has finished another quest for us. We now make pickled goods with incredible effectiveness. And we're only a couple of reputation away from a completion here. This is just eggs and a wandering merchant. Do you have anything that I would really want? Hostility is reduced every time villagers die. I mean, let's buy stuff. As much for the purpose of spending as anything else. Stone is useful. Food's good. Put all this on the table and then just like scale some stuff back. We don't really need the food. Yeah, that'll do. And just throw, you know, I don't know, a little bit of algae on the table. Traders love algae. It's universally known. Every single one of them. Okay. So at the moment, we are getting... Yeah, we're minus 75 hostility from this thing. So it is keeping us down an entire... we would be hostility 4 without it, which would be really bad for our resolve levels. I don't think we even need to... Yeah, the beavers are going to be fine. Storm's going to end before they would have a problem. We can sell some eggs. Yeah, I'll sell some eggs. That's cool. Alright, get a couple levels of... Okay, this is interesting. I mean, do we want to just take a harpy house? We have recipes now for... We have a recipe for treatment. What does this do again? Greater yield. Meat-based complex foods give more resolve. That's pretty good. Let's take the clan hall. And then we don't currently have a tool recipe. I don't know that we need it. We don't currently have a recipe for this kind of goods pack either, though. Yeah, we'll just take that. That's fine. New cornerstone. Farmers are better at... Yeah, whatever. We're not really a biscuit society right now. Okay, we're starting to have people high enough that we're gaining reputation from... we're gaining reputation from resolve, which is important. We need to deliver 15 amber and 25 packs of trade goods. Like... Do we actually have the ability to make trade goods? We totally don't. Smithy, scribe, and lumber mill. Okay. We do have copper veins. Let's make ourselves a mine over here on this copper. Eventually we'll want to cut through that. I guess we can move you over to here and have you aid in this project, just like open things up a little bit. This stonecutter's camp actually is going to get moved over to here because I didn't realize how many stone deposits there were. But yeah, we could use more stone. That seems useful. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. I don't think we really want more people. I don't think that's a high priority. Yeah, let's just build a road across here. Okay, that'll help give people a little bit more move speed. But yeah, most of what we're doing now for the moment is just reliant on letting this value creep up through resolve. We'll be able to get one more full point of reputation off of industry, which means we are, we're most of the way there. And we have time. Let's put any three people to work on this. Doesn't matter who. I guess fulfill those needs if you can, but I don't think we're ever going to be able to. But largely, that's just about the resolve. And then when this is finished, we'll gain 3 resolve immediately off of this as well. Finished and people are working it, which means we're going to need more hands. All right, welcome aboard, y'all. We'll just put beavers to work on that. Okay, so beaver housing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we only have 14 beavers worth of beaver specific housing. The lizards, we have 12. So we could improve our amounts here a little bit. We have 14 beavers worth of housing. So that makes 18. And then we can go to 19 over here. We'll just build little side streets for them. Okay. There we go. Keeping those resolve numbers as high as we reasonably can. Should we build a clan hall? Yeah, probably. Eventually. How many, like, we have 118 scrolls. We are really ready to provide this, education need. We just need them to focus a little bit. Wow, look at the amount of resolve we lose. Oh, right. This is also going to be a problem. We need 7 of these now. Let's get 2 people on this. Take it real seriously. Fortunately, we have a shit ton of bricks. I think enough bricks to just solve it, right? I'm pretty sure. And we don't need bricks to finish this at all. Yeah, okay. We don't need bricks for any of this stuff. So I think we should be okay on this. We need to run the 6 brick recipe 4 times. And we had... I think we're going to be okay. I'm getting a little nervous now. We probably don't really need... Well, that's just half a point of reputation. We don't have as much stuff to sell, but we can afford to sell some of the scrolls. They're really not very valuable, are they? And we are going to want to, like, actually use them. All of our provision packs together don't quite cover it. I mean, we have too many tools. That's for sure. I'm going to give you 10 value worth of tools. 11, apparently. Plus 9 of my amber. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Yeah, I need to pay him. This isn't trade. I need to just have raw 20 amber in my inventory. And then also, I guess, a couple of scrolls. In a lot of ways, scrolls are like amber. Or scrolls are like algae, you know? If you really think about it. The way they're used. Get ourselves a new thing. +1 production yield to all packs. Hell yeah. That would actually be very helpful. Unfortunately, it looks like it doesn't affect the ones that are already being built. Whatever, it's fine. I'm going to throw a favor on here just so that that value stays up in the blue. Yeah, we're actively pulling copper ore now. So we're definitely going to get that point. Okay. Just cut away all this stuff. How is this still not finished? It's crazy. All right, so are we good? We're good. Y'all can come out. You did the job. Does this building have any leftover goods in it? Yeah, put those back in the stockpile. We don't usually have to do that. So yeah, as soon as this is finished, with the education need fulfilled, we're going to see a pretty reasonable jump in the resolve level of the harpies and the beavers. I mean, the beavers, to get them to blue, it is still so difficult. This fishing hut's finally done. Let me just put it right there. Okay. Just move it over here and have it gather meat. Alright, copper ore is coming along, and as soon as the copper ore crosses the threshold, we've got it basically, because we're gonna be gaining resolve off of these harpies for quite some time. Alright, these are basically actually building. Unfortunately, we have a lot of stuff's actually running for the most part, but unfortunately we do have a situation where we're just kind of like, we're very low on a lot of resources in a way that we can't really solve. Okay, we can get some farming going though. In theory, like, this would have been very different if we had discovered a larger amount of fertile ground. But whatever, it's fine. It's not like, in theory, it would be cool to build a clan hall as well, but I'd love to put it just like right here if this tree wasn't there. Yeah, it's very difficult to build the clan hall. Okay, here we go. We have room for it in the entertainment complex if we just turn it. Alright, at this point, I guess it's mostly just like a competition between the Harpies resolve level and the copper mine as to which one's going to get... Oh no! The mine ran out of ore! Well, I guess that answers that question. Do we have enough resources to build another mine? We do. Because we have plenty of ore. Alright, do we have all of our specialty housing finished yet? No, still no, actually. I mean, it makes sense. The beaver housing is unbelievably expensive. 8 planks is... I get, like, they are arguably the best species for... Especially for the early game when you're trying to just, like, put stuff together really quickly, but... It's a little harsh. It's a little harsh how expensive their domiciles are. Alright, please don't even worry about the coal. Just gather the copper ore. How many do we need? We are producing them more efficiently now, and that's certainly going to help. In fact, it looks like we only need to run the recipe one more time. And they'll get there. Sure, +1 to lizard resolve for training gear or whatever. Okay, our resolve is getting almost out of hand. We're finally actually getting things online. That took a lot longer than it has in the past, and we didn't even actually engage with the Rainpunk systems. I just made the hearth strong enough to not have to think about it and sort of muscled through. Alright, a real challenge. Finally turning the difficulty up a little bit. Okay, what are we getting access to here? Cooperage, press, reinforced road, 25% speed increase. You know, it's not nothing. A couple of different cornerstones we can earn. All right. That was a rough one. But you can see the difference even just from the difficulty, even before we consider any new rules or anything. So a little bit more impatience, a little bit more of a challenge on the orders, and things are already like I feel like I'm scrounging so much harder for every little bit here. This is just an aesthetic building, but it's kind of cool. Also an aesthetic building. A great big harmonious hearth. And some fancy barrels. Barrels would have a glow inside of them. Who wouldn't want a little bit of that around? Alright, we definitely want to gain the ability to level the hearth up again. I think that is unquestionable. We can even grab another level. Well, sorry, no we can't. We don't have enough food to make it up there. This will add harpy houses to the essential pool. You know, I really do like having the option for proper housing for everybody. Yeah, okay. I think that's going to make a big difference. So, we survived that, however narrowly. I was getting a little worried that we were going to run over with our impatience. And out here we spy on the horizon an abandoned settlement. Another Viceroy tried to settle this area and did a terrible job. So we'll be able to start with the remnants of his garbage settlement in our initial glade. And we'll just have to put them to better use than he did. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, it is time for us to improve on what others have left behind. And we'll see you then.